Where to go in Egypt, 10 best Egyptian cities and destinations. If you are planning on visiting Egypt for the first time and trying to figure out your itinerary, it can be just a tide overwhelming. There is ton to see and it's spread all over the country, so choosing where to go and what to skip can be hard. Cairo. Visit Cairo if you want to see the pyramids and get a taste of the real Egypt. Egypt's capital, Cairo, should be obviously be part of any Egyptian itinerary. It homes to the Pyramids of Giza, some of the best museums in the country, and the plethora of the ancient, medieval, and contemporary sightseeing. Besides all that, Cairo is the place to visit if you really want to get a pulse on what's the real Egypt. It is magically over the 20 millions, and not other places in Egypt will give you a quite such an insider's view of the cultures and lives of modern day Egyptians. Luxor. Visit Luxor if you want to immerse yourself in ancient Egypt and or go on Nile cruises. Modern day Luxor is the old ancient Egyptian capital of the peace, and it's here where you will find the lion's share of ancient Egyptian temples and tombs like the world famous Karnak temples and village of the kings. It's also where Nile cruises start or end. Cruises sail between Luxor and its southern cities, Aswan, and you can embark from the other destinations dependent on your itinerary. Luxor as a city doesn't have much going on items of dining and nightlife, so you'll spend most of your time both sightseeing either at the hotels or the cruise ship. Rajada. Visit Hurghada if you want ritzy beach resorts, family-friendly water activities, scuba diving, looking for a white sand, and other water beach holidays. Hurghada and its neighbors resort towns like Makati Bay and Salashish have literally hundreds of hotels to choose from. Water park resorts for kids and for adults. Crowds gateway. Hurghada is also known as a great diving and snorkeling destination, but if you prefer to spend time on the beach as opposed to under it, there are a handful of praising Great Sea Island daily accessible by boat from Hurghada's Marine. Hurghada cities proper have a bunch of resorts and bars, so you are not stuck in your resort all night. Should you want to go out and explore? Aswan. Visit Aswan if you want to go to a simple experience. Nuba go on a Nile cruises. Visiting Aswan is usually paired with Luxor because the Nile cruises, which run from 3 to 5 days, sail between these two ancient Egyptian cities. Historically, the ancient land of Nuba was directly to the south of Aswan, extending from modern-day southern Egypt into northern Sudan. Nuba became part of Egypt during the New Kingdom and Nuba heritage. Aswan is also famous for the greatest temples of Abu Simbel, which is about 3 hours diving south of the city. Most people visiting Abu Simbel as part of the day trip from Aswan, similar to Luxor. Aswan doesn't have much going for it when it comes to dining and nightlife, so it's definitely sightseeing destinations. El Guna. Visit El Guna if you want a relaxing beach vacations in a resort town with a lot of restaurant and activity options. El Guna is an eco-conditioning beautiful light town on the Red Sea coast, slightly north of Hurghada. It's home a wide range of accommodation options from Airbnbs to five-star hotels and have some of the best restaurants and bars in the country. Unlike most other places in Egypt, El Guna is completely walkable for visitors and transportation is easily and straightforward via tuk-tuks in this gateway town. While El Guna beaches aren't as nice as Hurghada, they have very pleasant service beach bars and myriad of centers for beach activities. El Guna is also one of the best spots in Egypt for kite surfing, whether you are a beginners looking to learn or experience sketchers. The hub. Visit Dahab if you want to stay in a little Bohema beach towns in Sinai or to go diving or snorkeling. Dahab is on the Gulf of Aqaba leading into the Red Sea in the south of the Sinai Peninsula. It was originally a Bedouin fishing village, then became popular with diving and backpackers over the years, or those who were looking for more back-to-based beaches experience away from the massive restaurant of neighbors Sharm el-Sheikh. If you are into quality little beach coffee shops and casual restaurants, then Dahab is for you. While they do have some bigger hotels, the majority of Dahab's accommodations options are hostels, budget hotels, and airnubs. Dahab is also a good spot to use as a base for exploring Sinai, where it's be a TV safari mountain hiking. There is trips to St. Catherine's or kite surfing and wine surfing in Sinai shallow lagoons. Sea oasis. Visit Sea oasis if you want to go off the beaten track and explore Egypt's remote deserts and the Great Sand Sea. Sea oasis is so deep in Egypt's western deserts that is closer to the Libya borders than to any other Egyptian towns or city. Siwa was isolated from the rest of Egypt up until the 1980s when a route connecting it to Marsa Matruh was built. So its heritage, cultures, and language is uniquely Siwa. Both Egyptians and visitors alike go to Siwa to disconnect camp, staying in primitive ecologies and absorb Siwa's quiet tranquility. Besides the oasis itself, Siwa have a multitude of different sites to explore, like Shari Fortress, Mountain of the Dead, Cleopatra Baths, and the temples of the oracles of Alexander the Great, as well as hot spring and salt lakes. Sharm el-Sheikh. Visit Sharm el-Sheikh if you want to relax in all-inclusive Red Sea resort to go on diving or snorkeling trips. Sharm el-Sheikh is the Sinai Red Sea darling for all those who want to chill at their hotel beaches long by the pool and eat and drink to these heart's content with the resort's all-inclusive package. Sharm el-Sheikh is also known worldwide for its incredible diving and snorkeling, whether you are snorkeling from your hotel's beach or diving from a boat. Sharm and its neighbors protectors, Ras Mohammed National Park, have some of the best aquatic lives on the planet. It's easy to fly into Sharm el-Sheikh airport because they have dozens of international and domestic flights daily. So you don't have to worry about the long drive from Cairo. It's about 6 hours by course. Nuba and Rashiton. Visit Nuba and Rashiton if you want to stay at a beach camp and disconnect from its all nestled between mountain and the Gulf of Al Aqaba. Is a strip of coastline called Rashiton between the town of Nuba and Taba on the Sinai Peninsula. Rashiton and Nuba are known for these bohemian beach camps, usually run by long Bedouins. The camps are a mix of beach huts or bare-bones shelters, and you are more than welcome to set up your own tents right on the beach if you are staying in a beach hut or tent, then you will have access to a communal bathroom. Most of the camps have simple menus and you can eat your meals in the shared main by right on the waters. At night, there is usually a large campfire where your pigeons and guests form over the water to play. Black White Desert. Go to the Black White Desert if you want to explore and camp in Egypt's western desert. Deep in Egypt's western desert between Farafra and Bahariya, oases are Egyptian black and white deserts that are only about an hour and 15 minutes apart, so you can easily camp in both on a two-night trip or just camp in one and visit the others. What makes the White Desert in particular so popular for campers are the massive white chalk formations, which are some of the coolest natural wonders in Egypt. They were formed over the millions of wind and sandstone And it's among these island-looking formations that you will set up camp. The Black Desert gets its name from a layers of black volcano materials concentrated on top of the yellow sand dunes, a remnant of ancient eruptions. Like, comment, and subscribe.